Right off mother, right off mother, right off mother, right off mother, right off mother.
Pretty clean for a bachelor.
I got a nice bed too. On track.
You funny, huh?
I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to spread a little holiday cheer, you know. Get close to you.
Right off mother, right off mother, right off mother, right off mother, right off mother.
What bring you to California?
Guac.
Yes. Okay.
But no, I just feel like
What am I doing way out here? Away from my family? This time of year?
Right off mother, right off mother, right off mother, right off mother, right off mother.
Big butter smasher over here. Sorry, this little motherfucker cotton candy drink got me lit.
He got you all the way out here so he can, you know, mistreat you. Do all them things to you. You know, I want to do some things to you.
Right off mother, 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 right off mother.
No, don't do it. You got some condoms?
Cancel my plans. I'll wait in line for you. Oh, special kind of love. I'll live and die for you. Special kind of love. I'll live and die for you.
Ladies 35 back in the palace tonight. We're getting ready for season 2, y'all. But before we give the rundown or the nitty gritty of what we gonna be on, we first have to know who the hell is in the stew. So it's your girl Nola, the Nubian queen with knowledge to bring. Season 2, I'm gonna have a new slogan. I just gotta think of something. I gotta be inspired. Because I'm always Nubian, I'm always a queen, and I always got knowledge to bring. So it's kind of hard to top that one.
Right
but
off
I'm going to stop talking. Who else we got in the stew?
You know, it's me, your girl, Big Mama Ochoa, little educated Latina.
Oh, me?
Right off mother.
All right, who else we got?
It's your girl, Dark and Lovely. The darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Boop, boop, boop.
Here with the ladies 35. We ready to pod. Ready to talk our shit.
Boop, boop, boop.
Right off mother.
Our bitch is back. Who you be, girl?
You know, it's your girl, Air Force Ari. I had to go for a little while, but I'm back. I'm excited to pod with you ladies. And I'm just happy to be back.
Right off mother.
So I have been on TikTok and looking at some of the comments that either men or women have been stating about the modern woman or the modern man and what that all entails. I'm going to ask you, my bitches, what does being a modern woman mean to you? Because we always say we want like a man who has like these set values, these core values, and we want to see these on our list before we check off that man to be, you know, either our forever or somebody that we test in the waters with. So, as a woman, how do you feel with the stigma of modern woman? Do you agree with it, disagree with it? What are y'all thoughts?
Well, I guess it all just depends on what your definition of a modern woman is.
I was just about to say that.
So how would you, I'm going to ask you specifically, how would you describe the modern woman?
I would just say a woman who is strong, sure of what they want in life. Because a lot of time I feel like there are men out there who don't expect women to have aspirations and goals, and the modern woman nowadays is ready to do things on their own and, you know, make a life for themselves, whether it's with a partner or without one. I think nowadays women are totally capable of being the sole breadwinner in the family. I don't see a problem with that, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, being the breadwinner comes with some things, but I don't see a problem with a woman being the actual breadwinner in the family. If a woman has a good job, she worked for that.
Okay, so I'm going to ask a question on top of the question that I already had. So stay with me.
Okay.
When you are in a serious relationship, like you're either married or you've been married for a couple of years, and your husband comes up to you and says like, babe, I don't want you to have that 9 to 5. I don't want you to have to be the breadwinner. I don't want you to be a provider in our household. What I would like for you to do is stay at home, you know, keep house, make sure the kids are taken care of, make sure the house is in order, and that just be your life. Would you feel like that's taking away from you as a woman? Because we all are about our independence and shit. So would you feel like you are going backwards in our empowerment of women, or do you feel like there's nothing wrong with taking that role of being a housewife?
Yeah, in a way I can stay at home. I like working. I like having my own money. I like being able to you know, do what I want with my money. And nor do I want to sit here and have a man throw money at me just so I can go do things what I want, because then that would make me feel like I got to ask. And I don't want to have to ask nobody if I could go here or do this.
But if you're taking care of house, obviously you're going to have access to the money. It's not his money. It's both of y'all. It's our money.
Says who? If he working for it, it's his money.
How? You're married to him. So when you got that ring on your finger, that means your accounts are one and the same as well.
It depends
what y'all's ground rules are. Because the same way you say you don't want a nigga throwing money at you, I don't want a nigga throwing money in my face. So if I'm sitting home and I'm taking care of the family,
I don't want you to be out here talking about, I make all the money.
Right.
I be bringing home all the money and you just here at home. Like, bitch, this is what you told me to do.
Exactly. So ultimately he can't get upset.
But they will.
Girl, they will.
Come on.
Now,
Men really, let me tell you a little secret. Men really don't want us sitting at home doing nothing. Even if it is just cleaning up the house and taking care of some kids.
Some men do want that. Some men, I feel like it's a control thing though. They want their women in the house out of reach.
Why is it a control thing? Like, see, we're all women. My mentality of being a housewife isn't like, oh, I'm stuck in the house with these damn kids and all I gotta do is clean. No, I'm making sure that when my man comes home from work, the house is in order, the food is ready, the kids are either playing quietly or doing whatever they doing in the house.
I can do that at work.
Can we really?
You can. Women do it every single day.
Yeah, but do you really do it to fidelity? I'm a working woman. I work 8 hours, and I know some days I don't feel like coming home to clean the house to get ready for you when you get off work. I don't feel like cooking. I don't feel like making sure the kids are all right. You deal with them when you come home. So is it really us able to balance both hats, or is it we feel obligated to do it because as a woman we've been brought up with make sure you keep your house in order, make sure you have something for your man, make sure you have the food done, make sure you have the laundry done, like all this, that, and the third.
Shit, I mean, sometimes people expect that out of us because, yes, we are women, and how I can even say that growing up in a Hispanic household, shit, a lot of those things were brought onto us, whether how my grandmother used to always tell us, you're not ever gonna marry if you can't feed a man and clean for a man and show a man that you love him through housewife things. And you know what? At the end of the day, I'm not mad that my family instilled those values in me, because at the end of the day, I do enjoy doing those things for the right person.
Right.
But a partnership is a partnership, in my opinion. So I'm not going to be the sole person in this house cleaning and cooking and washing dishes. We're going to share those responsibilities, hence modern day woman. I'm not sitting here and being mommy number 2 to you. I will do those things because I love you and I care for you, and I'll do those things out of the bottom of my heart. But for me to just be the only person doing those things may not always fly with me. I'll do most of it. I don't mind doing most of it, but every now and then you can get up and do something. No cap.
Right off mother.
I ain't nobody's wife. I ain't got no kids.
I feel like if you cooked it, you should clean it.
I ain't do no cooking.
No.
But other people feel like if you cooked it, then the other person should wash the dishes.
I do think if you are cooking and someone else is eating, they should wash the dishes. You done slaved over that kitchen. Why you gotta wash the dishes too?
So you feel like you shouldn't have washed the dishes?
Hell no. I cooked for 3 hours. You got these dishes. But I'm gonna go back to something that you said about I'm not even gonna say ancestors because that sounds hella far back. Our grandparents, how you were saying that your grandma would say, if you can't feed a man, you can't keep him.
You're not gonna keep him.
Why is it now, like in this day and age, we as women kind of like shit on that?
I think because there's been this idea for so long that women are just homemakers at the end of the day. And for us, I mean, there's been so many women in the past who have fought for us to do things like vote, have women's rights, like how our right to abortion. I mean, and that was taken from us. And there's people who fought for that for a very long time for us. And to have rights like that being taken away from us, I mean, it is like a big slap in the face because as women, we've advanced. We can hold jobs. We can make bigger salaries. We can hold higher positions. I mean, Kamala Harris is the goddamn vice president of the United States, and never in my life would I have thought that woman would ever be the vice president of the United States. And that alone should tell you that women are no longer the same people. We're not these people you can just push around and tell us to shut up and sit down. We got a little bite to us. We got a little bark in us.
We got some flavor.
We got some fire under our asses because of all the things we've ever had to go through.
Now, I'm glad you said that too, because it's just having questions roll off my mind. And D&L, make sure you hop in, girl. I'm on your ass. Now,
oh shit, girl, be careful.
Are we, in our movement to empower women, are we kind of emasculating our men? Demasculating.
For sure.
Thank you.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, like, for real. I want you to be as honest as you think you are. I think we are. And
I think it depends on the man. I think
but making them clean, I mean, we're teaching them some responsibility.
Not even that, but we remember like the action movies that we used to watch, and it was mainly a male role because they thought, women weren't hard asses and everything. Now we see a lot more productions coming out with the woman being the main savior or hero, and the man is kind of like the bitch.
You mean you calling the man the damsel in the distress?
Oh, me, he be the damsel sometimes. Like, he'll punch, and that punch don't do shit. He'll try to shoot and miss, and then here come this lady, 5'3", 125 pounds.
Took your ass out.
All 6 of them without the gun. So,
because every now and then a man does need a woman to come and save his ass from the atrocities of the world.
Now, look at me and look at you. Let's be real. If a 6'4" bulky man comes up to me and says, "Hey, give me your wallet, give me your purse." If I don't have the proper training and I try to stand up to him, like I watch these women in these videos and say, "Ooh, I can do that shit too," I'm getting mollywopped.
Let me sing you a song.
Sing me a song.
Hit him in the right knee, hit him in the left knee, hit him in the
right off mother.
I'm getting mollywopped.
Your question was, do you feel like the modern is contributing to this new picture of being the modern day woman? Do you feel like that's demasculating our men?
Yes.
So my answer to that is that I feel like it depends on what the men wants. And one example is that now, more than ever, just recently, like a few years ago, we started hearing the conversation of 50-50.
Yeah.
Niggas was never talking about going 50-50 at all. Niggas was never talking about going 50-50 at all. It just depends on what the man wants. And for me, like, I want us to be able to take care of all of our bills on our own if we can, and then in conjunction, kind of, okay, based off your income, you take care of these bills and vice versa. But I think it just depends on the man. And honestly, any man that I've met that only wants to take care of a woman and doesn't want a woman to work, they make that very clear, right off the bat.
A man who wanted you to be home, I think you would get the vibe relatively quickly.
Yeah.
But my question to you is, would you do it?
No.
Yeah, she got a master. You are in school for your master's, and she has a master's degree. Y'all didn't do that to sit at home.
To sit on my ass.
Unless you remote working from the living room.
Yeah, if I'm remote working, I get the opportunity to work from home and be with my home and my love and my happiness. You know, I'll do that. But
you didn't. But the first thing that you said when I asked you, you immediately said no.
Because I know, hell, I come from
working ass family.
I come from a working ass family. I come from a mama who got up and got her bread every day by herself, you know, and with the help she was getting too. I mean, I watch my mama do this every day. Right. And so I come from a lot of go-getters. I come from immigrant grandparents. Right. You know, I came from people who worked very, very hard for us to live the life that we were able to. Right. And I would only be doing my family a disservice by allowing a man to make me sit at home if I don't want to. It'd be one thing if I was like, you know what, I'm ready to be Betty Crocker, mother homemaker. I'm ready to sit down and do that. And if he's okay with that, by cool. If that's something I want to do, I'll do it. But right now in my life, I'm not necessarily ready to just sit at home. I'm ready to make my bread. I'm ready to have a goal every day to get up and do something. Shit, my family ain't come here for me to just be at home.
That part, that's a good point.
Did not come here for me to just be at home.
I mean, my family worked hard. My family did, not even talking about like my ancestors. Yeah. And our ancestors did also put in work so that we can enjoy the fruits of our labor. They didn't also instill in us work until you die. Work until you're comfortable enough to be able to not work anymore was the mentality that was brought upon me. So if I'm in a relationship or if I'm in a marriage and my husband comes up to me and he says, babe, I'm making enough to support the both of us and our kids. It's enough. I would like for you to stay at home and keep house to make sure that the kids are getting what they need, make sure that the house is staying in order. I wouldn't feel like I'm doing a disservice to anybody, one, because we're a team. So whatever money he brings in, oh yeah, I brought that shit in too. If he holds it over my head, that's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation.
I can never give a man that advantage over me to sit here and be like, I've been putting bread in your pockets.
But this is your husband. This isn't just some man.
I'm not saying, but you never know. Money makes people do the craziest things.
So Money does. Can I ask you a question?
Ask me a question.
So you're a teacher, right? You love it. Literally love it.
Yeah.
If your man came to you and told you that he wanted you to stay home with the kids, what would you do? I think it's a hard conversation to have because we don't have the other party in this room. We don't have somebody in here who is able to speak on the fact that they're living at home, they don't have to work. But
True.
would you be comfortable doing that?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
If your husband had it?
If my husband had it and he came up to me and he said, well, one, I was homeschooled. So my dad told my mom, well, let me rewind. My mom told my dad, hey, the schools that are around in our neighborhood, I don't think that they're going to be as impactful on my kids' education as much as me homeschooling them. Okay. My dad worked for a very big company, 6-figure company. He said, okay, I make enough. My mom was working at another 6-figure company, so they were bringing in bread, but she decided to take that away and nurture all 3 of us as homeschoolers from 4th grade up into high school.
But listen to what you said. She decided. Not no man came and told her, you finna stay at home.
That's
she
true.
decided.
That is true.
It's one thing when you deliberately want to stay at home, but for a man to come and sit here and tell you what you're gonna do, it's gonna make me have a little bit of fight back.
And I'm not
no
even
one just
saying
gets
that
to come
he
in here
tells.
and tells me what to do.
But what if he asks you, like, genuinely,
Yeah, you
like,
asking me,
babe,
and I'm genuinely
I would
gonna
really
say no.
like for you to say.
She said he could be genuine.
Right off mother.
I'm genuinely gonna say no. I want to work. I mean, I just feel like I worked too hard. I was in school for shit since I was 4 years old. I never stopped going to school up until May. So it's like I want to work. I worked really hard to be able to work, and there's plenty of women in the past who are, rest in peace, who sat here and fight for us to have basic rights.
Yeah.
And for me not to enjoy those rights of working and just being able to provide a life for myself, because here, at the end of the day, let me just say this. I love my man, but if there were ever to come a time where we just, didn't work out, at the end of the day, I want to be able to say, I can provide for myself.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you this. Are you creating an out for yourself?
No one's creating an out for herself, because
Can you explain that a little bit?
Or yeah, I guess explain.
So what I mean is, because you're saying you can bring in your own money, you don't want your man to slap that label of I'm the only one providing, I'm the only one making the bread. Correct. And you just said if push comes to shove, I'll have the means to take care of myself.
I think it's thinking realistically.
I think it's a safety net. I don't think it's an out.
I wouldn't say I'm looking for an out. Let me have all this money and put this aside. Because at the end of the day, when you're with somebody, I mean, at least for me in the relationship that I'm in now, I mean, I see it as an equal partnership. We are all in this together. Right. And, we do a lot of things that work for us and make us happy in our home. Mm-hmm. And money's never been an issue for us. I can say that. And at the end of the day, if he did want me to stay at home, I mean, I just really, at the end of the day, wouldn't do it. And it's not necessarily looking for an out. It's just being able to say, like, I can take care of myself. Like, it's not a knock against him and his manhood. It's just me being able to have, well, like Ari said, that safety net. I mean, you can think life is rainbows and butterflies and you're going to have your forever, and you can always think that, but at the end of the day, there are plenty of things in life that can happen that can strip you of your love and happiness.
True. Not even just a relationship ending, but something could happen to where, like, you might have to move back. You might have to lose you might have to, like, lose where you're at, or, like, you could lose your partner, God forbid. Like, anything can happen to where you need to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. And what if so I read this quote one time that said the meaning of happiness is feeling like you have something meaningful in your life. Mm-hmm. So if you're the type of person who, if you've always wanted to be a mother and you've always wanted to be a stay-at-home wife, and that's always been your dream, mm-hmm. and schooling comes secondary, then that's okay. Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, if you've never been that type of person and you've always been like, I want to go to school, something made you want to go to school. Yeah. You had your own dreams and aspirations. Yeah. So you should still have that, I mean, afterwards. I don't know.
For me,
it's pretty much all subjective.
It is, but I also don't know. I think I'm very old school when it comes to love and relationships, and just like the fact of, if I'm budgeting the money that he's bringing in correctly, and I have a savings, or he'll say, babe,
I don't like the way that sounds, the money he's bringing in.
Why? My man is providing for his family. That shit is sexy as hell. I don't feel like
I think it's even sexier when I can provide too. Double the money, double the income. Yeah.
But babe, you see my check I made this week?
But just think about, I'm providing something that's not monetary. Okay. I'm providing peace. I'm providing love. I'm providing comfort. I'm providing stability. You can't pay for those things.
Another bitch could do the same thing.
And another bitch can come with more money than you and say, hey, I can take care of you more than she can. And then where you at?
This is true. I want to touch on that in a minute.
I'm finna whoop that bitch's ass. I ain't afraid.
I mean, yeah, you can whoop the bitch's ass, but at the end of the day, a man is going a man is going to remember more the things you do for him rather than the things that you can give to him.
But you can do all those things and still work and, I don't know, just be a modern woman. If we want to tie it back to that, I mean, you can still provide your man with the love and the care and the support that he needs in life and still work and put your needs first as well.
Right off mother.
Now I'm gonna ask you this. You all both had a long day. Long ass day. Y'all both working 9 hours or plus. His day was worse than yours.
Okay.
And he really wants to tell you about his day and how he's really feeling. I want all of y'all to go ahead and agree that when we get off work and we're bone-ass tired, the last thing we want to do is really discuss, conversate, or talk.
Shit.
Am I wrong?
Let me be real with y'all.
It fucking depends.
Let me be real with y'all. Big Mama Ochoa could talk. And let me tell you, it may be the opposite. I may talk his head off when I get off work. Because, baby, I've been gone for 10 hours. Big Mama Ochoa missed you.
Okay, so are you talking about your day, or are you giving him time to really express how his day was?
Now, I am a little bit selfish. Let's be, this is real talk, and I do talk a lot about myself in general.
Yeah.
I am a big connoisseur of me.
Only somebody gotta be.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of me. And so sometimes I do make the mistake of coming home and only talking about me. Midway through, I'll realize I'm only talking about me, and then I hit you with the, oh baby, how was your day?
Yeah.
But do you think that the if you were at home and like, hey babe, I went to the grocery store, I took the kids to the art museum, how was your day? And you give him that time to really release all of that tension with the only person who he should in the world.
That part.
Let all of that out. Or are you really like cutting your man short to where he can't really express himself? He can't really fully, take off that load of being a working man, just like you're being a working woman. Is that fair to him?
It's not fair to him. And I've been working on my, over talking. I've been giving him room. I've been asking, how his work day was first now.
You said 2-minute talks.
Not even that shit, because I still talk a lot. I'm still interrupting, but I'm working on it. And that's all that matters. As long as hell that both of y'all can sit down and talk about, what it is that may be putting that straight. If y'all both working, because there is a thing when y'all are both working, I mean, you essentially are not spending ample time with each other, because at least for my relationship, our work schedules are complete opposite. There's times where he works days all the time, and there's times where I just work nights. I see him in the morning till about 1 o'clock, and I take my ass to work, and then we text while I'm at work, if we can, and then I come home and it's 11:30, 12 o'clock, and I'm talking to about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
He like, damn.
Nah, he be playing the game, giving me room.
Oh, okay.
He be in his own little zone.
That means he don't be lit.
And not to even air my shit out, but like, when you're in that situation, it's all about growing together and learning how to adapt. If you're both working, and just kind of finding that room to do things like on off days, and just, making sure you're putting each other's needs first. And that's why I'm going to go back and tie this into how even if you are working, you can still put that partner first.
Right.
You could still do things to keep that spark in your relationship, whether it's going out for lunch or just, having conversations. And, I may talk my ass off about work when I come home from work, just so I can vent my stuff. But we're women and we like to talk. And there's days where, they may not want to talk.
Yeah.
And that happens quite a lot. Men are not really talkers. They will talk to you when they're ready to talk to you about things.
Shit, my man talk. He'll talk to me.
Right off mother.
D&L, what's your definition, Miss Quad, of a modern woman in your opinion?
Basically the same thing. Like she can do her own thing. She's a boss. She doesn't need somebody to control her, tell her what to do and stuff like that. Like I feel like men nowadays are looking for women they can somewhat put in a bubble. And there are women out here realizing that, and they're like, well, you can't put me in a bubble anymore because I have a voice. It's not like back in the day where you can just tell me what to do and I'm going to listen to you. Like, we're both human beings. You're going to talk to me like I have common sense. Right. You ain't going to disrespect me. So I feel like modern day women are learning their value and understanding who they are as human beings, and understanding that not only can you bring money to the table, but I can too. And there are some women that can make more than what their husband is making, but they're not telling them all that, because a man will be boo-boo hurt to find out that a woman is making more than they are. And some women, they understand that, so like they'll keep that to themselves. They're like, well, I don't want my man to feel less than. But then also, like, if my man came to me and asked me, like, if would I want to be a stay-at-home mom, that's a discussion that me and him have to have. And I would have to be like, well, what are the rules? Like, you can't just tell me what I can and cannot spend. Like, if I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom, then I control the finances. I got the keys to everything. I see the money that's coming in. I see the money that's going out. I'm the one that's controlling the finances. Right. And you're not going to tell me what my allowances are going to be. I'm going to send myself my allowance. I'm going to do that. So you're bringing in the money, but I'm controlling where the money is going.
Right off mother, 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 right off mother.
Let me give you a tip to love. Suck some dick.
Got a nice bitch.
Yeah, we know Mama Ochoa. She told us that a long time ago.
You always gotta go nasty. We was trying to be.
She's still with her nigga.
She said it's working, tried and true.
Look,
it's true. I mean, look it. The more fucking the merrier. It keeps you happy. It keeps him happy. In my opinion, if you ain't fucking everywhere so young, just fuck every day. Just do it.
Shit, work sometimes be whooping my ass. I don't give a
fuck if I come home from work 12:30, 11:30. I damn near talk to you all the way to 1:30 in the morning. It's now 2 a.m. after I showered. We still fucking. I'm finna get that dick session in.
Right off mother, right off mother, right off mother.
All the way out here.
I mean, if
like,
y'all
what
are
if your
both
man? What if your
comfortable with
man
it,
doesn't
it's
want to
fine.
fuck every night? What if he feel violated?
Then he can tell me, baby girl, I don't want to fuck today. I'm gonna say, okay.
You gonna have an attitude?
Yep.
Slightly. Slightly.
You gonna be pissed?
I'm gonna get over it after I take a nap. You know, that no dick nap, the NDN.
Right off mother,
Or
right off
rub one
mother,
out.
right off mother, right off.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I don't give a fuck.
Let me rub one out and then I'll rub your head. It's okay, baby. Why you don't want to fuck today? What happened? What's wrong?
So you tell me you don't want to fuck, the next question I'm gonna ask, do you want some head?
You a real one.